V, what's National Quest? What's that weird building with the glowing shield on it? What are cards? What is this? Well, today I'm going to answer all those questions that I get. This video is going to be about National Quest and your class hall building. Once you hit level 6, you can build a class hall building. And that is this building right here. Bam. Okay. Now, the point of the class hall building, and when you click it, you can see that it says National Quest, class manual, and details. So, kind of like with technology. Well, with technologies, you got your own technologies that benefit only you. You have your alliance technologies, which benefits everyone in the alliance. The class hall and the National Quest kind of does pretty much the same thing, just not necessarily research technologies, but certain skills and bonuses that benefit you personally. Some of them benefit your alliance, and the person in that building can upgrade buildings, or the emperor can upgrade buildings that will benefit the entire state. So I've said it many times in many videos. This game is not about being the strongest player. This game is not about being the strongest alliance. This game is about being the strongest state. If you notice, it's alliances. Basically, you're all your own little castles. And then an alliance is formed when one particular castle says, hey, why don't you all help me help everyone, and we all work together and help each other. You just trust me to make some of the calls. The state is the same way. Eventually, if you don't have one now, you're going to have a battle for a throne, and an emperor is going to be chosen. In the center of the map is the emperor's palace. When you click on it, it'll tell you who the emperor is. Right now we have Farquaad. He's a cool guy. He's always come to the rescue quite a few times. Him and my friend Snow White, and my boy Reaper. He goes by Flight now, and Lay. But we got these buildings here, as you can see. Custodian's base. Got a Imperium Vault. Basically, there are these buildings. Once there is an emperor chosen, the emperor will set up these buildings in the center of the map. Now, you see all these lines and these troops and stuff? They're all going on national quests. They're sending legions to one of these buildings to earn experience points. Experience points can be added to, will give you skill points, and the skill points can be used to get cards. And the cards are used to benefit you or the alliance. Now that you see what the buildings are and where the national quests go to, I will show you how to go on a national quest. I just sent one out, so we're not going to be able to see that. But you click on the building, you hit class. When you're level 6, you build a building. You click class, and you pick a class. You could be a farmer, a raider, a trader, or a craftsman. I chose raider. Siege master is what I went with. Gladiator's not available yet for me. Now, once you have the building built, once you've chosen your class, you click National Quest. There's my boy Mika. He was in my alliance for a while. Dude became way too powerful for my alliance. He grew pretty quick. He's a good guy. But you'll see that each of these is a building. And on the top, you have these arrows. See those? So what happens is you click one, and it will take you to a different building. Each building is headed up by a emperor, by a person that's chosen by the emperor. We got medics. know him personally, but I don't know him socially. Snow White, that's a good friend of mine right there. Crazy Knight, know him, but not too socially. Yeah, that's my boy Mika. I definitely know him. That's Flight, aka Reaper. Can I know of him? Don't know him socially. Julia, know her, but not socially. I know some of these people there in these buildings. So here's what? Reaper's got like no one going to his palace. All right, I'll do the next one to that one. I try to go to the buildings that don't have anything. Like Medics has like, look at all the people doing national quests in his building. Let's see. I bet you Julia's got a lot. Oh, all right. That's okay. Let's check out Snow White's building. All right. Well, it looks like Medics. Yeah, it looks like Medics has the most going on. And Mika, they got a lot going on. Now, I usually go to the palace. That's just the habit I did. A good friend of mine was the queen when we first got an emperor. So I was helping her building out, and it just became a habit. Today, I chose the palace because we got Sneaker here, and there's not too much going on in his building. So I went to this one. So what it is you have somebody representing the building. You have a development meter right there. You have the time frame that each mission will take. You have the amount of experience points that you get. And this is the amount of national mission experience that gets added. And then over here, you have what type of class you need to be and what level of that class. So that's Siege Master level 1 does these missions here. Now, the other thing you need to know is that not every single one has all one kind of class. So as you saw, there was Siege Master on that one, but you have Duchess right here. And it looks like the rest are Duchess as well. All level 1. Looks like, yep. All right, and you have this right here, which is how many missions you can do per day. Once you get to a high enough level, you can do more missions, but to start, you can only do 1. So what I did was I clicked on one of these squares with a cross, and a window popped up. Right here on the window, it says select card, and I'll get into cards in just a minute. And then this had a button right here that said march. And that basically, just like when you're attacking or scouting, whatever, you click the march button to send them out. Up here in the window was my legions. I have 4. So there was my class legion, Legion 1, 2, and 3. Now, don't choose your strongest legion. Just use your weakest legion. It doesn't really matter. It's still going to take 3 hours. You're still going to get that 3,000 experience and the 99 national mission points experience. So it doesn't really matter. Just choose your weakest one, and then you send march. What's going to happen is the screen is going to switch like this, and you'll see the green line. Your troops will march to the center of the map to the building that you chose. Now, once the national mission is done and the troops come home, you will get a mail. And I believe it comes in system. Yeah, a lot of medical tents are full. We had a war today, and I forgot to put my shield up when I fell asleep. National quest bonus. Ooh, okay. During your work yesterday at the Palace, this building's national quest score was 6,673. Total rating C, you've earned 1,000 experiences added to your class experience. All right, so you'll get a mail that says National Mission Complete, and it'll tell you how much experience points that you got and how many points are increased to the national mission. If you remember from when I showed you, class manual. Here we go. So when you go to class manual, after the mission's done, up here is your Siege Master level, whatever the class you chose, and your experience points get added to that. At a certain point, you will get points. I have 0 right now because I just spent them. You use those points right here, and you learn these skills that are listed in this tree format. Now, me personally, I start with 1, I max it out, I max it out, I max it out, I max it out, max it out, and I just go down maxing out as I go. I'm a little behind on my national quests. I haven't done them in a while, so today was the first time in a few days, and I ended up maxing out this one today. I had 4 points sitting up there. So each one, when you click on it, it tells you what it does. So this one increases footman throw might by 15%. And as you click on them, you read what they do. Now, once you max out one of the things on the tree, like I did there, you get cards. Boom. See? Cards. You unlock them. And you have income, you have class position, and you have alliance. Sometimes you have more cards than there are slots. So if you notice, in my income position, there's room for 3 cards. Plus signs in a box means that one's available. So with income, there's 3 cards. However, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 7 cards, but I can only pick 3. And what you do is you click on one and you drag it up and you fill in a spot, or you swap out the card. On the bottom of each card, it tells you what it does. So I kind of just made it even. I put a cavalry, an archer, and a footman in my income. And I put a plus 5,000 mission experience fixed value in my class. And I don't have an alliance card yet. Because like I said, I'm a little behind. I don't do national quests nearly as often as I should. So that's what you do. You get these cards. And they increase they give you different bonuses. Different cards do different things. Some of them will, like your class card, gives you a class bonus. Some of these cards, like if you're a farmer, you might get a card that gives you an increase in income, resource income, or production. So it depends on your class, but some cards will benefit your class. Some cards will benefit your alliance, and some cards will give you extra experience points on your national quests. Now, once you get cards, you can use them. So represent, you click represent in the menu, and you assign a spot. You got command, officer, counselor, officer, duchess. Remember all the classes that I showed you earlier. And basically, if you're carrying a professional orange card, you become an alliance representative and provide all members with benefits. So if you have a card that helps the entire alliance, you're able to slide yourself into one of these slots. My current class and alliance representative requirement doesn't match yet, but I would select myself in one of these spots, and the card that I have will benefit the entire alliance. So, quick rundown before I end the video on the whole national quest, which you should be doing every single day. In the middle of the map, once you have an emperor, the emperor will be chosen. He will set up multiple buildings, everything from palace to architect to treasury kind of stuff. You know, there's just different buildings for different reasons. Once those buildings are in place, the emperor will open up National Quest. When you hit level 6, you can build this building right here called the class hall. When you click on it after you build it, you will hit class. You will choose a class, whether it is farmer, raider, trader, or craftsman. Once you have selected one, like I did here, I chose to go with raider and siege master. Then you click on National Quest. You choose a building that has your particular class type in it and one that has an availability. Different buildings will have different classes, so that's siege master. This whole building, oh no, duchess. Okay, this one's architect agriculture. So you find one that has you. You choose. The missions last between, I believe, 1 and 5 hours. That's a 1 hour architect scholar mission. I chose a 3 hour siege master one, and I meet the requirements for this one because I am higher than level 1, and it only requires siege master level 1. Once you do that, you click on one of these boxes with a thing, with a cross on it. The window will pop up. Your classes, your legions will be listed. You choose your weakest legion. You select a card if you have any to help you on your mission, and then you hit the march button. Once you've done that, the screen will change like this, and you will see your troops heading off to the middle of the map to that building. Once the mission is complete, you will get a message from Isabel, who pretty much is Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones when you look at her. National Quest mission complete. And it'll tell you how many experience points you got from it, how many points are increased for the national mission, and sometimes once that building you went to meets certain level requirements, you can get bonuses like that. The experience that you get from your national quest will go to this meter right here, and it will increase your level. Once it's complete, you'll go up a level, and that's your current level, and you will also gain points. You use those points to learn these various skills, bonuses, or technologies. You click on them and you read what it does. So let's see here. Click on it, and as you can see, it's a detail down here on what it does. This one increases archer throw might by 1%, and the next level will do 2%. Once you've chosen the one that you want to do, you're going to hit the learn button down on the bottom there, and the point will be deducted from there. Once it's maxed out, like this one, that one, and that one, as you can see, that's 5 out of 5, 1 out of 1, 1 out of 1, 5 out of 5. Once they're maxed out, you unlock a card. Each card has a purpose, which is stated on the card below. You would go to this card tab right here, and you are presented with 3 rows. You got alliance position, class position, and income position. The boxes with the plus sign are empty, and you can put a card there. You do that by clicking on a card and dragging it to its spot and letting go. The tabs down below switch you between the cards that you can use for each particular row. Class card, alliance card, income card. And then once you've placed the cards where you want them or which ones you want to use, because you'll have more cards sometimes than you have available spots, then you click the save button down on the bottom. Boom. And you're all set to go. Now, if you end up getting a gold alliance card, you can go to the 2 crosses in the menu section here, and you click on represent. You choose which one you are. For instance, I'm Siege Master, but all these spots are all filled up. But you would put yourself in one of those spots. Like, for instance, this whole Duchess one is empty. And you assign yourself. And the cards in your alliance section will benefit everybody in the alliance. And last but not least, remember that some cards just benefit you. Some benefit the alliance, some benefit your class, and some are based off of, some are based off your class. So if you're a farmer, you might get a card that increases your income and production. So it helps everybody out when you do your national quests. You help yourself, you help your alliance, and you help your state, because the emperor or the representative that's in the buildings can do various upgrades themselves. And it benefits everyone in the state, because everyone in the state will get certain bonuses for when they do their national quests. And that's pretty much everything you need to know about national quests. Check out the other tutorials.